Hey,
Hey,
what's going on, Kevin?
I just texted Kim, um, trying to see if she remembered to get on or
Oh, it's
wasn't.
all good. How you doing, man? Nice to meet you finally.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Yeah, so how long you been with SEIU?
About 3.5 years. What about yourself?
3.5 years. I've been doing security 17, but we only been union for about 15.
Okay.
And so that's how I got involved, organizing, being on the bargaining team and whatnot, and just kept going from there and escalating, okay, joining this committee, that committee, and then doing what doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
So and I'm enjoying it. And I was trying to figure out like what I want to do with my, TikTok and what do we wanted to do with it. And I'm like, all right, let's do all this union stuff and see where it goes. And then you guys stuff caught my radar. I'm like, all right, man, let me do this. But yeah, so that was a long process. So you're part of the comms team. So how do you like doing that? Oh, here we go.
There's Kim. Good. It's a lot of work. I'm a one-man show out here in Michigan, so but I've enjoyed it. But I'll let you talk with Kim and introduce yourselves to each other.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing
My
all right.
name is Kimberly Ford. I work for the Orchards of Reference.
How long have you worked there?
I worked there since 2016, so that will be approximately 7 years.
7 years, long time. Love it.
Yeah.
Let's see. So how did you get involved in the union and everything?
Okay, so what made me get involved in the union? It was a lot of things going on with the contract, and I really wanted to get down to the bottom of it because we had things like issues that was going on that we didn't agree with. So I kept talking over with my coworkers, and we decided, it'd be best for me to get with the union and everything because I was really involved with the people. It was like too much unfairness.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and so when you were going into your contract negotiations, what were some of the biggest things that you were talking about your coworkers? What were the biggest things that you guys wanted to address in those contract negotiations?
The biggest thing was first thing was the health care, the wages, and better language in the contract. Those was like the main biggest issues with the contract, the last one.
The last one. Okay, so what were the issues with the wages?
It was real low. It was so low to the point where we had jobs that was in the local area that was paying way more. That was one of the major things. Like it was coming in at $13 and $14 when those wages was years ago.
Years ago. So I'm guessing a lot of those other jobs were making, 15 to what, 18, whatnot.
Yeah, they were. They were.
And so you were talking about healthcare. So what was the healthcare like?
The healthcare was really high. They couldn't afford it. The healthcare they couldn't afford it, so a lot of people was getting like state insurance because they couldn't afford it.
And the same thing with like childcare and all that stuff. So with issues of wages and everything, um, what was the third issue? You said it was healthcare. It was
The language in the contract was
the
really
language.
bad.
All right, job protections or anything. So what was the language?
Well, when we go if you go on the contract, it was things like they was talking about far as in like if you yeah, I'm gonna just give you an example. Like if like we couldn't like dress like how we wanted to, like if we wanted to wear SEIU stuff, they try to block that out the contract. Like far as in write-ups, we was getting write-ups that was like almost years old, and then there was no language to protect us as far as in that.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. So what were some of the actions that members took up leading to the strike? Were you guys doing delegations? What were you guys doing leading up to that?
Okay, so leading to the strike, we kept going to negotiation. Um, each time we went to negotiation, it was like it didn't seem like it was no breakthrough. It was just no breakthrough. Every time we went to the table, it was like almost the people felt like it was a waste of their time. So what happened was a lot of people got tired of coming to the negotiations because they felt like he kept changing the wording basically, and it's basically saying the same thing but just in a different form. And people was catching on to that. They like, okay, wait a minute. He every time we go to negotiation, you're basically saying the same thing. So we basically weren't getting anywhere.
And how long were you guys bargaining?
I want to say for almost a year.
Almost a year, and you guys kept
Yeah.
getting running around and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, on a personal level, yeah, I've been on 3 bargaining teams, so I know exactly how you're feeling that where you come in, I'm like, okay, you waited 3 weeks and you pretty much gave us the same proposal that we left with.
Mm,
So it was
exactly.
like we're not gonna
That's,
bargain with ourselves and stuff like that and talk our
yeah, because that's what
uh,
it felt like. It felt like we were bargaining with ourselves. It seemed like we were the ones that kept trying to come to the agreement, and it was like they were the ones that was like, we're not trying to hear it. This is what it is.
mm-hmm. Okay, so like leading up to those uh to the last negotiation, what was like the final straw that got everybody in line? Like, okay, we're gonna strike because there's always people like, hey, I got bills to pay, I can't afford to strike and whatnot. How did you guys come together in solidarity? Like, oh no, we're all striking, we're taking to the streets.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, we were on Zoom. I'll never forget. We started at I want to believe started at like 4 p.m. We were on Zoom, and we waited. We still was trying to see. Now, mind you, we was working with mediators, so we will see how they would go back and forth with everything that was going on. So it got to the point where it was all the way down to almost, I believe it was like 11 o'clock at night, and we basically got the same result. So everybody got pissed that day. They were upset. They was like, this is going too far. Like we even tried to change it this way. You still not happy with this way. And all the members just got together and was like, hey, I noticed that the union is really trying to work with Orchards of Rutherford, and they're not trying to work with us. So we're tired now. This is it. This was the last straw.
And then that's when you guys decided to take it to the streets.
Yep.
And
We
you
took it
guys,
right off the streets. Actually they pushed us our back to the wall, because honestly, if they would have had went on ahead, we wouldn't even went on strike. That was like the last straw. And I think they kind of like was trying to see was how far could they push us,
mm-hmm.
you
So
know.
when you guys run your strike, what was the vibe like when they finally called you guys in? Like, okay, let's bargain now. What was that last day of bargaining like?
The last day of bargaining was quiet. It was like a quiet storm. I never forget that. When we got to, you talking about the day that we got to our contract, the
Mm-hmm.
agreement, was like a quiet storm. It was like they knew they had to do what they had to do. So they went in, and everybody was trying to figure out what was going on. The union was working really, really hard. And so like I could see it was some change, and they was like, it was some movement, because they really seen that they needed us. So when we went back, um, we basically were excited to get some things that we weren't wanted, because we was like, we didn't know which way this was going to go, how long we was going to drag this strike out, because a lot of people were ready to drag the strike out. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people got to the point where they said, hey, I'm a good worker, like me and others. They just was like, we're tired. They can at least give us a little bit of what we asked for. We're not asking for everything. We know that we're not going to get everything, but the majority of just the small things we just wanted. And we all even agreed to that. Like, if they give us just something, we will be happy with that. So yeah, it was like a quiet storm that day. I'll never forget that. It was a good day that time.
And I agree with you on that one because there's times during negotiation where you just stalling and stalling, but then when that last day, that's when everything starts moving quickly. It's moving quickly. I'm like,
Yeah,
we could have done this a long time ago. You know that. I
long
mean,
time ago.
we didn't have to do
And
this right now.
yeah, and I'm like still sitting back in my mind, like right now to this day, I said to myself, we could have did this at the table.
Hmm.
We
Yeah. And one thing I
we could
love
have
is
did this.
when, one thing I love is when they're like, okay, this is the best offer that we can give you, but it's like, hold on, you think that you're selling this to us? Like, no, we got to believe in it because we got to sell this to our members. If
That's
we
right.
take this to our members and we know it's crap, I mean, we're gonna get ripped to shreds.
Right.
And so it's like, no, 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 no. We need something to sell. So these are what's affecting us. This is what we got to give our members. And so we're not going to stop until we get that. And
Yeah.
so
That's
that
where we
so
at.
yeah. And so when it gets to that last day and all the chips are moving and everything like that, and then when you finally get to an agreement, you just feel relief. And I know
You
what you said
do.
last though that you feel relief.
I think we all were relieved because it was like finally you have to do something for us, like we just feel mistreated for too long. That's just like anywhere. If you're at a job for umpteenth many years and no raises are coming, you don't even get a pat on your back. It's like, okay, so when do you say thank you? When do you show your appreciation? We come in here, rain, sleet, or snow. A lot of us picked up a lot of hours during times when they didn't have any staff. I know it was everybody that was on the strike line was people that came in during COVID. We was there the whole time, so it was like, okay, now it's time to change the scenario. It's like enough is enough. And I think that's where a lot of people were. They were at the moment where they said, we when we went around, we kept saying, like, why won't they just go ahead and just give us a little something? Just, and then that's when we just was like, enough is enough. We deserve better. And that don't mean we should have to move to another job to get a better result. That's not what the whole concept was. The whole concept was where we like where we work. We're comfortable here. We love our residents. Let's be here to make everything go smoothly.
Yes, I mean, we put in the work. We show that we care for, our patients, or in my case, would be my tenants, my clients. And we just want to be shown that appreciation and stuff like that, that you actually care about the work that we do. And so you guys finished that last day. So how did the vote go with on the contract when you brought it
The
back to
vote,
your members? Huh?
no, the vote actually went well. We only had like 3 people that said no, but the majority said yes.
And I think there was 60 members at your place.
Correct.
So 57 out of 60. That's a pretty big deal right there.
Yeah, that's a big deal. That's definitely a big deal.
Now that's the kind of stuff I love to hear. Now I got another question. So what were your biggest wins in the contract? What was everyone really happy about?
I'm gonna tell you, it was the wages. I'm going to tell you, and the PTO and things like that, and some of the language in the contract. So we basically got a little bit of everything we asked for. So like even just that right there made everybody smile. Like we had people that was smiling that I never seen smile before. I was like, wow, this person had worked here for 20 some years. I never seen this person smile, but they were smiling. And that's what made me feel 100% better for the members to see them smile and to be happy to say, you know what, I don't mind coming here. I don't feel like I'm getting stepped on and ran over no more.
Hmm. And so the biggest takeaways were the wages. I mean, first off, how long is the contract? Is it 3 years, 5 years?
3. Yep. It's 3 years.
Okay, and everyone got raises that they like. So what I think I
Yep.
heard, I think I saw one of the percentages, it was like a 34% raise or something like that over the contract.
Yep. Yep.
Is that
It
across the
was,
board for everybody?
yeah, that was that was I'm telling you, that was a big step up. Like because at first they were talking about in the beginning, he was just basically saying that this is what at first this is what he was saying, like, this is what you're gonna get. when he first was saying this is the raise that we were going to get. It was going to be a 50-cent raise, I think a 25-cent raise. And he was basically was saying like, you can either take it or leave it. That's what he was saying in the basically the meeting, like 2 meetings beforehand. He basically was trying to implement a raise that we didn't agree on. So and I think that was another thing that people were happy about, that he didn't get a chance to do that. He was going to try it.
Got you. And with the healthcare, so were you guys fighting more for the single healthcare or family coverage? Where were you guys increases there?
The increases was just a little bit, far as in the family health care and everything. It didn't move very much, but it moved a little bit.
And you mentioned PTO. So how big was that? Because you guys said you guys were working during COVID. So I'm pretty sure you guys were working around the clock. So,
Yeah, we were. Whew. So
so
the PTO time got a little bit better. It wasn't, and now it's not like an hour, because it used to be you work 8 hours, 7.5, and you get an hour. So I think it's a little bit more than the hour. I believe it's like I'm not for sure, because I don't have the paper right in front of me, but it was a lot better than what it was.
oh, okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. And so I just want to say congratulations to you guys. You guys did what you had to do to get what you guys wanted. And I can respect that. And that's just the union way, because you know what we say, when we fight, we win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right, and we definitely won.
Yeah.
We definitely for sure won. And that was one of the things that a lot of people were skeptical about at first, because they were saying like, do you think? I said, it ain't no think. We are.
Mm-hmm.
SEIU, we win. And they really do. And it was a fair win. I say it was a fair win on both ends, because it wasn't like we tried to overtake, or it was just like we were greedy with it. It
Yeah.
was like we were right in the middle with everything.
Yeah, that's how it is
So
when it comes to contract negotiations. My union president, she always says, like, you got a good deal when both sides feel screwed. Where it's like,
yeah,
you can get everything you wanted, but you got enough to keep you happy.
yeah,
The companies, they don't want to give them anything. So it's
yeah.
like,
They don't.
but they know they're getting more than they're giving more than just crumbs. They're actually giving, a piece of the pie to you now. So
Yeah, the real pie.
yeah, the real pie. I mean, ain't no, we're not dealing with crumbs. I mean, to be honest, I remember the first contract negotiation I was in. You know what they offered us? They offered us a 13-cent raise over 5 years.
Oh my goodness.
And I will never, ever, ever, ever forget that. I remember it was my first day joining the bargaining team, and I'm looking at the bill. I'm like, did they wait, 5 cents, 2 cents? And I remember looking at like, did they really send this over? I mean, I'm in Seattle. I mean,
Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
no, we need a little bit more money than that. Uh,
Yeah,
this last go round was a lot was a lot better for sure. But yeah, so no, I really respect the work you guys do, Kevin. Your work too, because I work with Erin Schroka. She is the comms leader at Local 6. And this is something that we're doing on the side that pretty sure you guys are gonna meet him soon. T Albert, I'm gonna send you guys a link where you guys can join our Unions for All calls and stuff like that. We have them once a month, where the goal is to get unions from all over, people who want to be union. That's why we got like Amazon workers, Starbucks workers, we got our people from different locals. It's something that we just started up, 4 or 5 months ago, and we're just starting getting the word out. So we want to get everybody united. It don't matter if it's SEIU, Teamsters, longshoremen, like we all want, because we're all in the same fight and
I
what.
love that. That makes the family bigger.
Yeah, that's why it's strength in numbers,
Mhm.
and that's why we call it the Unions for All Network. And so
That's right.
it's not just SEIU's, we want it to be everybody. And so, and you guys are my first interview, so I'm like, I appreciate you guys taking the time out for sure.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and I'll send you
Yeah.
guys the link so you guys can join us. It has all our social media links on there, so you guys can join, comment, like, share, and all that stuff, and we can give more words out about unions and the fights that are going on. Cause like when I did you guys stuff, I'm pretty sure like, wait, why the hell are we trending in Seattle? We ain't even in there and stuff like that. Like white people making videos of us in California and stuff like that. We ain't there. So why are they doing that stuff for? So it's like, strengthen
But
up.
like you said, it's strength in numbers. So, no matter, I guess, no matter where you are, long as you stand for one thing.
You got that right. Hey, you have a
Mhm.
good one now, all right?
All right. You too.
Thank
Nice
you.
talking with you.
See you, Demetrius.
Hey, Kevin, have a good one now, all right?
Yeah. Thanks, Kim.
Thanks, Kevin. See you later.
Yeah, bye.